Hello, my name is Ling Ling, and we're here at the Women's Forum Asia, right here in Singapore. And today we have a very special guest, Sara Cheng, CEO of Fuji-Xerox Singapore. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Lin Lin. Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being with us today. You just got off the panel called Embracing Humility When AI Meets with Emotional Intelligence. And that was such a
What a
lovely
great
panel that you were.
subject.
Yeah, I love the diversity of the people on the panel, and you brought so much of a good perspective when it comes to this topic too. So
I
let
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to you guys. Yeah. Uh, so let's dive into our questions, which is like, you have a rich experience as a female leader in the tech industry, from your days in Teradata to today in Fuji Xerox. In that time and space, do you see any difference in gender diversity between your days in Teradata and today in Fuji Xerox?
Huge, huge. I think in terms of, by the way, let me give you a little bit data points, right? In high tech industry today, we have 5% of the CEOs are female. Overall, in STEM industry, we're talking about between 22 to 28% globally by country, right? And I believe the time when I started doing data analytics with Teradata, we had very few. I was the only industry consultants in Europe. I was in Europe at the time. And then later on, I brought that business back to Asia. I was the only sales director in Asia for that. So it is getting much better. And what I see today also, I'm very encouraged, is the number of young female entrepreneurs. You know, when I started career, I think most women are thinking about working for a stable, large multinational company so we can travel around and we have a long career path. But today, I see so many young women. They are so brave. They are so energized and they're so bold and they take their fate into their own hand. In technology, I see a lot of female technologists that owns and start their own business. I think that's a fantastic movement.
Oh yeah, that's such a huge difference between wanting a stable career because you want stability for your family and for yourself, and to
Yeah.
become someone who's an entrepreneur, and
Yeah,
that requires a lot of
and they
courage
take
and risk
risk. I,
taking.
I really
Yeah.
admire that. I never had that gut.
But
Yes.
I'm sure in your position as a woman leader in tech, you do have to take risk. And taking risk is probably one of the greatest fears of women. And you spoke about fear in the panel just now. So can you share some of your thoughts of what are some of today's barriers or fears to achieving maybe gender parity in the tech industry?
It's a big subject, but if I may just talk about fear, I think I like to bring back to self-confidence. I think, as female professionals, as young little girls, we need to condition and we need to grow our self-confidence because if you believe you can do anything, then you can do it in anywhere and you can do it in any jobs, right? Personally, curiosity has been my personal motto since I was 15. I left my family when I was 15 and I left my country when I was 22. And I moved around 3 continents, 10 cities, 5 countries, and multiple jobs. And I always move around from finance to sales to consulting, to product management, and then to account management, and then to business development, and then to general management. So I think it's this sense of curiosity just keep me wonder, and I want to know what I don't know, and I didn't even know what I didn't know, but I just love to find out. I think that's one thing. I look at me and my classmates and my friends. I have this insatiable curiosity, and I want to go to places I've never been, and I want to be with people that they're different from me. So in that sense, there's always a very naive confidence in me that, and my parents, the best present they gave me was they let me make my own decisions. When I was 15, for a Chinese girl, the youngest girl in the family, it's not easy. I learned to respect and appreciate that. It was very hard, but they let me fly. So the kind of sense of confidence, the sense of curiosity, I think that drives me. And I want to encourage everyone. We're all different, but I want to say that, you know, you can do it. We can do it. Take a risk. When you're uncomfortable, you are learning. Don't be comfortable. Don't be complacent. The world is moving too fast. And no matter where you are, it doesn't have to be in technology. Anywhere we want to be, you can, and anywhere you go, you need to take risk. It's a mindset.
I can completely relate to what you say when it comes to confidence and curiosity, because I myself am a very curious person, which is just
Great.
why I've become a podcaster, because I
Exactly.
have the opportunity to interview people like you and learn from them and speak to so many amazing people.
Oh, the podcast is the best discovery for me last month. I didn't use this before, and then my friend asked me, "Are you using podcast?" I said, "What is that?" And then he showed me how to do this. I tell you, this opens such a Pandora box for me. I'm learning. I'm learning language. I'm learning Italian. I am learning the AI. Okay, and I'm update my own data analytics, refresh my own knowledge on that, and I'm learning. I'm just listen to anything. On TED Talk. It's fantastic. So I am actually, you will be happy to hear this. Everywhere I go, I'm actually telling people to sign on to podcast. It's such a fantastic learning, incredible wealth of all kinds of knowledge and all kinds of information. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for helping to spread the word about podcasting. I truly believe that podcasting is a wonderful way to learn, and it's free, and you can uh, quench your thirst of curiosity by going out to look for the different kinds of podcasts.
This is one of the best example of what technology can do for us.
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. And along with curiosity is this desire to want to learn. And on your panel, you mentioned about podcasting, but you also mentioned about Coursera. And could you share with us why is learning and curiosity so important for women in tech and being able to stay abreast in the fast changing, moving technology industry?
For me, I think there are probably two major drivers, right? One is I've been invited to podcast or interview sessions like this, and I need to have updated my content to to talk to share, and I enjoyed it. And the second thing really is the world is moving very fast, and if we really do not move, we're going backwards, right? If you speak Chinese, you say 滚石不生苔. If you're rolling, a rolling stone doesn't get mold. And that, so besides the sense of curiosity naturally comes naturally to me, I think I also feel the pressure. I do, because when I speak to my employees, when I speak to my team, when I encourage them to improve, expand, I need to demonstrate. I need to be a role model. And in our company, we absolutely are talking about how do we create a curiosity mindset for everyone, and how do we put it into structured and unstructured formality that we can help our leaders, help our young generations to up on their learning spirit and learning opportunities.
That is fantastic, and it's so wonderful to have you here. So, as part of a partnership with the Women's Forum in Asia, as you know, the French Tech Initiative, Women in Tech, is all about supporting female entrepreneurs and bringing more diversity to the tech ecosystem. We do that through our movement called Dare to Be a Woman In, with interviews of women in tech experts, events, workshops, and to become female business angels, and informal events for female entrepreneurs. Could you share with us why you think such initiatives are important for women entrepreneurs globally?
Yes. First of all, I want to say thank you to the French society. I want to say thank you to France as a country, because you are one of the leaders in terms of setting the vision, providing opportunities for women, career-wise, social benefit. I think you are one of the really model countries for the government that provide the environment for women to, again, be their best, right? So any organizations like that is fantastic. What I believe is, again, I don't believe little girls have to be technologists, all of us. No. But I do believe we need to provide the opportunity so women have choices. And we shouldn't be restricted in thinking about we can only be nurses or teachers or lawyers and accountants. the true equality is about equal opportunities, right? And let me give you an example. Last week, I just read this article. The Barbie dolls,
Yeah, Barbie dolls.
they are creating 3 new Barbies.
Oh,
One is a pilot, one is an engineer, and one is a flight attendant. And I think this is one of the change we're seeing in terms of quote unquote social conditioning for the female population, right? Because we need to give little girls from very, very young age to give them the imagination what they can be, what they could be. And that's not limit their imagination. And from there on, from an education perspective, we provide equal opportunities from job opportunities, right? That's how we grow. And again, I don't want to look at a number, because if you say 50% of high tech people are female, then we're equal. I don't think that's the ideal objectives. Again, equal opportunities, and we equipped women, little girls, the condition, the society, the support, the encouragement that they can choose whatever they want to be.
oh, that is so lovely. Equal opportunities for girls for who they want to be. And I'm sure some of our listeners are women who are very, very talented and aspire to be more than how society has conditioned them to be. So, what would your advice be for these talented women who aspire to become a leader in tech, such as yourself?
Um, Thank you. Let me just share my personal experience. I think for us, in probably my experience, is more limited to multinational companies and mostly American companies until my current employer being a Japanese multinational. So I do want to apologize if the scope is a bit narrow, but I hope it also apply to entrepreneurs, right? Um, I think for to really be moving, I don't want to say successful, right? It's because success is a very elusive word. I want to say that if you have an objective you want to reach, for a female professional, number one, dare to be different. When I started my job, I was in the U.S. I worked for Procter and Gamble, one of the toughest corporate America and one of the best training ground. So I was one of the very few Asian female. Right? And when I went at my second job, I was in Europe. Again, people in the company, I joined a high tech company. They thought I was a new tea lady from China, right? So I would say dare to be different, right? I know that whatever I say, whatever I do, being an Asian female in the States or in Europe, people remember me, people notice me, people pay attention to me. So what I do is I take full advantage of that, and I want people to remember me, and I build my personal brand from every interactions. So this becomes, quite a good advantage for me because people, again, our senior management remember me after they saw me in certain situations. So and even that, it also shows your confidence, right? So that's the first one, dare to be different and take advantage of being different. Angela Merkel said that if a man wears same blue suit for 3 days, nobody's going to say anything. If I wear the same dresses for 2 days, people are talking about it. And I said, go, Angela, wear a red dress, wear a pink dress. That's be different. Then people see you, people follow you, people listen to you, give your point of view. The second one is about ask for what you want. Nobody's going to come and ask. Don't wait for your boss and say you're ready to be promoted. Okay. So when I first started my career in high tech, I was actually in sales, and then our company bought Teradata, the data mining, data warehousing company, and I said, that's very interesting. So I like to go in there, but most people have a consulting background going into the data analytics field. So I went to see the the leader of the consulting organization. So I said, Bob, you don't know me, but this is my background. I'm willing to learn. Here's my credential. When you have an opening next time, I would really appreciate if you could consider me. 8 months later, he called me and I started a job as a consultant in the data analytics environment, right? You ask for it. And then I said, I like to go international because at that time I was in the US. I said, I like to go international because my background and my tie with Asia. Then I get a job to run the Asia Business Development Organization. So you need to understand what is your strength, what do you want, your capability, your inspiration, and you ask for it. Number three, I would say that find a mentor. It doesn't have to be woman. It doesn't, it can, it doesn't matter. But you find someone experienced, someone have a coaching mentality, someone you can ask any questions without needing to sugarcoat. And someone can show you especially in the multinational companies and probably for entrepreneurs. I know that, the financing, the big world out there, find a mentor. Yeah, it's very, very important. The last one I would say is what we do here in Women's Forum, networking. Networking. If I wanted to do something differently when I was younger, I would say I would have started networking sooner. In the past, networking sounds like such a pretentious word. It's like, okay, you pretend to want to be my friend, and actually you're trying to see if I can offer you a job or make you a connection. It's really not like that. It really is not. Through networking, I met so many friends, and then we have a safe network that we can share. Especially in Singapore, the corporate environment is very tight. And now through Women's Forum from last year, I have a core group of girlfriends, and we have and some of us are in insurance, banking, high tech. It really doesn't matter. But as a senior management, actually sometimes can be very lonely. And these becomes a friends that, we can talk about some of the tough environment or tough decisions that we have to make at work. Right? It's fantastic. And through that network, you meet more people, right? So build your network as soon as possible.
Those are really, really wonderful advice for women who aspire to be leaders. And what I'm going to take away from this is exactly what you say about networking, because I find networking, well, actually a little bit anxious because you have to go up to people and introduce yourself and then sort of like do a mini pitch. Oh, this is what I do, but it's so uncomfortable to do it. And now thinking back in my own career, I wish I had done networking much earlier on. And it's not really
Never too late.
never too late, no. And if I'd done it earlier, I would have had a greater core of friends to be able to rely on. It's not just about pitching my business, it's to have that group of people that you can rely on if you need anything.
And also in the corporate world, actually, the more senior you go, the job, the career opportunity actually comes more from word of mouth. So it really is very important.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to join us today. I really received some golden nuggets from you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.